Today we are narrating some hadiths from Mota Imam Malik, and these hadiths are only meant for adults. And these hadiths are supposedly about, the slavery or slave woman. Shall we begin? Bismillah. So the first hadith goes like this. حدثني مالك عن نافع عن عبد الله بن عمر دبر جاريتين له فكان يطوهما وهما مدبرتان, meaning it is narrated on the authority of Nafi, may God have mercy on him, that Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhu made two of his concubines mudabbira. Then he used to have intercourse with them while they were mudabbira. Now before proceeding, I need to tell you about the word mudabbira. What does this word mean? There are actually two words of such kind. The first one is mukataba. What is mukataba? Mukataba is a contract of enfranchisement between master and slave girl, according to which a slave is required to pay a certain sum of money during specific time period in exchange for freedom and emancipation. Then, only then, the slave becomes mudabbira. First she is mukataba, in contract. Maybe it sounds like the present modern contracts, modern day contracts in Saudi Arabia. The Filipinos, Indian, Bangladeshi, even African, the third world countries, poor countries working in Saudi Arabia, and they are the mighty sheikhs, making some contracts like that, sounds like that. So what is now mukataba? Mukataba means a contract between master and slave girl, according to which slave girl is required to pay money during specific time period in exchange for freedom and emancipation. During this period, she will be called mudabbira. When she is mudabbira, meaning when she is in contract, she cannot be captured or sold anymore. But having sexual intercourse is permissible according to Islamic jurisprudence. Now, why I'm telling this? Because this hadith, it is narrated on the authority of Nafi. May God have mercy on him, that Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar made two of his concubines mudabbira, meaning Hazrat Umar, he made a contract, meaning he accepted the contract or accepted the money from the slave girl, two slave girls actually. And when the two slave girls were maybe paying, for the specific time, but during that time, when they have not paid full amount of the money, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu used to have sexual intercourse with them. Both the two, there are two concubines mentioned in this hadith. Now, let's go to this hadith, next one. This is also from Mota Imam Malik. So, hadith number 1301. وحدثني مالك عن يحيى بن سعيد أن سعيد بن مسيب كان يقول إذا دبر الرجل جاريته فإن له أن يطاعها وليس له أن يبيعها ولا يبيعها وولدها بمنزلتها. Now let's translate this hadith. Am I audible? I think yes. Now the translation of this hadith says, on the authority of Sa'id bin Musaib, may God have mercy on him, he used to say that when a man makes his slave girl a slave, it is certainly permissible for him to have intercourse with her. But, however, it is not permissible for him to sell her to give her away, and the children of this concubine will also be his deputy. Now, this hadith talks about selling a mudabbira, slave girl, meaning she is post mukatabah, meaning she is in contract with with his master. Therefore, the master is responsible for taking care of her, feeding her, and also he can have in return sexual relations with the concubine, and he can also take all sorts of domestic work, whatever. So she is in contract. During this period, it is not permissible, I repeat, it is not permissible for the person, for the master, to sell his slave girl when she is in contract. And if she bore sons or daughters or children, meaning children, they are called ummi walad. And unfortunately, there is only a slight description about those children, meaning who the father will be of their children. Sorry, who will be called the father of such children? The children who are called ummi walad, meaning the sons or the children of slave girl concubine. Will be the master the father of children? No. So those children will also be considered as slaves after that. Now coming to this next hadith, you can see here Malik. Okay, business transactions chapter. Okay, so the hadith goes, hadith number 7, book 31. Hadith goes, حدثني يحيى عن مالك عن ابن شهاب أن عبد الله بن عامر أهدي لعثمان بن عفان جارية ولها زوج ابتأها بالبصرة فقال عثمان لا أقربها حتى يفارقها زوجها فأرازي ابن عامر زوجها ففارقها. Meaning, Yahya related to me from Malik from Ibn Shab that Abdullah ibn Amir gave Usman bin Affan a slave girl. The slave girl had a husband whom he had purchased at Basra. Usman said, I will not go near her until her husband separates from her. Ibn Amir compensated the husband and he separated from her. what happened actually in the market, maybe Islamic market of Basra, Usman bin Affan, possessed a slave girl, but that slave girl had already a husband. Now, it was problematic for Usman bin Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He was hesitating to have sexual relations with that concubine. So he said that he will not, have relations with her unless and until that slave girl, will separate from her first husband, meaning the slave girl was having a husband already. So then, they compensated, maybe they paid the husband money and they got the slave girl in his favor, in their favor of these companions, Usman bin Affan and Shab bin Abdullah bin Amr. Anyways, next hadith. This is also from Mota Imam Malik, business transactions. Okay. This is hadith number 8 in the book 31st. Now the hadith says, وحدثني عن مالك عن ابن شهاب عن أبي سلمة بن عبد الرحمن بن عوف عن عبد الرحمن بن عوف أبدى وليدة فوجدها ذات زوج فرداها. Meaning, Yahya related to me from Malik, from Ibn Shahab, from Abu Salma, Ibn Abdul Rahman, Ibn Auf, that Abdul Rahman Ibn Auf bought a slave girl and he found that she had husband. So he returned her. Yeah, this guy, not this guy, Sahabi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abdul Rahman bin Auf, he was so modest that when he knew about the slave girl had already a husband, so he returned the slave girl to her husband. So these were, some hadiths, brothers and sisters. Hope you liked them. You learned something from these. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel. Take care for the next time. Good.